Okay, so I'm gonna do another one of these analysis. This is a ranked match from a while ago, actually. I changed a lot of things about my gameplay since this match, but I thought this was actually a really good match. It's not even that fast, it's like 10:08, but the seed was tough, and I've liked a couple of things about this seed a lot. This overworld wasn't even that clean. I think the seed itself is slow just because of the overworld. I could have done a slower reading to figure out which chunk it was because I was not sure if it was the one on the right from here or the one next to me. So this TNT position, I'm gonna elevate. Yeah, I failed the elevate because you need to spam faster. And what I do, I split my gold. So I only have 3 gold, which I'm gonna use for an axe. So I have no gold um, that I'm not gonna need in my hotbar. And instead, I probably should have punched the leaves because these trees are both. Well, this tree is actually too tall here. But I elevated and I just put it in between leaves. I should have probably punched leaves instead of managing my hotbar because I only get 7 logs, and that positioning, especially for the fact that I elevated, I could have gotten like 9 or 10 at least. But it's all because of the leaves. They blocked out all of the explosion, and I fucked this up. How did I fuck this up? Oh yeah, I don't know why, but I put my planks in here. Usually I leave them in the crafting grid so they go to the first slot. Now it's gonna be awkward. Yeah, so I craft my golden axe. Yep, and I'm like, I'm done. And then I realized that I'm not done because I hotkeyed it. Yeah, the same thing I explained. All of my hotbar is already sorted just because of the order I do. In this scenario, I crafted the axe first just so, because the iron was on 9th slot. And another thing I do, I spot the ravine. It's probably hard to see because the quality, but I spotted the ravine and I had a dolphin. So I sent it without checking if this ravine is real. And for the fact that I have a dolphin, it's not even if this ravine is not real, I saw another one in front of me. So if this one is not real, I have a dolphin, which is basically not going to be a time loss because I can just travel underwater. It's not like I will need to swim up, sit in the boat. Um, that's why I sent it mostly, but also I was kind of confident just because it's ranked. Yeah, and this is the part where why the world is slow. And then I will start doubting myself, and I'm gonna check in inventory. Yeah. I already changed my pie chart while swimming or while mining PT, I don't remember. Yeah, and I adjust my hotbar a little bit because I like having solid blocks on 4 and gravity blocks on 3rd slot, which is like different from my overworld hotbar, so I always change it while running to the Bastion. I don't know if it's a bad thing or not, but I'm just used to it already. There's gonna be some, yeah, I was slow on movement here, I don't know why, but here comes the cool play. Um, just because there is like, these blocks are exposed here, I know that this is a single chest rampart, diagonal chest one. Yeah, and I dig for it for armor, which I thought was a really cool play, but I'm gonna do even a better play here. I realized this is a double triple, and I learned a way to start a route from here. Yeah, I will dig in from here. I'm not sure, I should have not just mined the block. But yeah, this is a really cool way to enter the Bastion when it's a double triple like this. I don't know why I commit to digging this first. If I should have started with this, but it's whatever. It's not that big of a time loss. I really like that play. Yeah, and I realized that I have a golden pressure plate, so I drop all of the gold. I recently started keeping the gold in case here you can see I'm not gonna make it in time to block this guy off. So I will just drop this and use flint and steel here, which I learned from hacks, I think. Maybe other people too. What I do now here is I don't jump into the pit. Instead, like here, for example, I picked up the trades. You usually pick up the trades from while you run over the hall. You usually pick up some trades, so like you will have some blocks. And I usually stand. I don't jump into here. I just stand like over here, like this. I just stand, and then I block off the gold block, so they so I can grab them, so they get pushed out to the top. It's like a small time save, but I still like it. This was awkward. Putting that guy in there. And another thing, I usually try to manage my hotbar while getting the first couple of trays. So like if I get pearls, I already put them onto my hotbar and I split them. Here I don't split them. And I also only drop the things that I'm not gonna get from trades. Well, actually I dropped these two, but just because they were in the way. And I changed my FNS to fire charge. I drop like basil, cobblestone, cracked bricks, and magma. And here I don't know why, but I got so confused. I thought I have enough iron, and I realized that I don't. I should have just crafted a sword. Like right there, I should have crafted a sword. Just because I already placed the crafting table, and like sword is not bad. And because of this guy, I don't know why, but I got so paranoid about this guy that I aggroed. Like I keep throwing gold, and he's not even here. And I'm gonna be scared here. Like yeah. I started blocking this off, even though that guy is not even there. And I crafted my gold block into that just because of that guy. Also, another thing, what I should have done here is instead of going this way, I should have just stacked up. I'm pretty sure the stacking up from behind is faster. Like over there, if I go here and go up, I'm pretty sure this is just faster than going this way. But while going this way, I I realized that it's open to the right. Like here, I can see that it's open to the right. So leaving the bastion, I know that this is open. So instead of going back to where I came from, where I entered the bastion, I go up top here, which provides me with really good higher terrain, which I can access the fortress. Because if I go down there, I would have had to pearl from below and probably dig up, because when I was running to the bastion, it all looked buried. And I crafty an axe here. I fucked up the space, for some reason, but and I'm getting like no shades, but I hear them and I got so confused here. I heard a guy and then there's not nobody. And here, what I should have done, well, I was trying to do this, but I like ran in front of these guys, so I thought that they're gonna aggro, but I only see one, so I just commit to killing this guy. But if both of them aggroed on me, I I would try to jump over there. So like I lure them towards this side so I can run out and block behind me. That was my idea, but that guy didn't aggro, so I just started ignoring. Also, that guy just ignores me for some reason. Yeah, and I realized my inventory is full, so I just drop all this shit. Dropping coal and bones I think is bad when you're playing in SSV4, just because you're gonna pick them back up. So it's just like doing something which you're not gonna benefit. And I have a spike this way. There's also a blaze here, but I don't know where it is. Oh, I X-rayed it. Yeah, but I have the spike this way, so I know there's something on my side. And I was gonna commit to this pearl, but then I realized that there's a blaze here, and I don't know why I wanted to save food. I was scared for some reason, even though I have more than enough food. So I realized I can just like run towards this blaze and stock up on the lower half of the fortress while activating the spawner and grabbing this blaze. The food is not gonna be an issue. I don't know why I got scared. I definitely should have just pearled. It would have been faster than what I did, but it's fine. Yeah, and I overlap crafting with the charge of my axe, but also one thing that I did, um, first of all, I changed my layout and my search graph now. I don't use this particular shortcut. Um, this one is worse, I think. And what I did here, I hesitated before crafting wool because I was looking if I have a crossbow. So, and I also looked if I have like how much string is left over. But what I do now, I don't even look for a crossbow. I just drop one string, and that way you always have 3 string left. You can craft a bow with. I learned it from Dugal, I think. This is the first person I saw using. And here I do dynamic RD, but what I started doing now is actually having F3 open and looking at the numbers because it's just better to do the most efficient way. Because fortresses are so RNG, you should be playing them as well as you can. Um, I think this was a good play of going up because I knew there is wither skeletons there, and I go back in here. I can isolate myself over here, and I know there is an extra rod, so if I need it, I can pick it up. Also, I'm pretty sure this is like the best way to build a portal in this spot. This is pretty clean. And I overlap crafting an eye with my boat. I'm pretty sure you can just double tap the boat and it's better. And you will never get a red boat, but yeah, I decided to. Okay, I remembered which way I was looking when I entered um, the portal here. So when the eye went this way, I actually remember this. This is why I was impressed by myself. I remember that my eye pointed the other way from where I entered when I was looking. So I knew this way is where the rod is. So that's why I decided to left an eye. Even though I could have pearled up and then picked up an eye, even because I have a lot of food and like in case it wouldn't be the way in this way, I could have just went up and then pearled to the side. But this is actually the way where the rod is. So I decided to just kill the skellies and pick up the rod. And this is scary. My progress is blinking, and I grabbed it just in time. This pearl was really good. I jump off of the fort in case there's like a skelly behind me. And the terrain to the second portal is really nice. And I see when I'm next to this wall, I see that it's like 4 blocks away, so I don't need to crawl. And I found my obby to. This is like the fastest way to build the portal. Nice and close like this. If I get confused, and another general tip, when you're like confused about something like this, you should just look around first and then look at the coordinates. This is the same when you spawn in the nether and you open F3 and the bastion is already loaded. Like no chunks loaded, but the bastion is already loaded, so you know it's really close. And it's better to just like not change your FOV, open F3 and look around with F3 open because it's so much easier to determine where the bastion is when you're doing it that way. And most of the time you're just gonna spot the bastion. But if you're gonna start E-ring, you're just gonna waste like 5 seconds trying to find a spike, and then it's gonna be obvious. Yeah, hit the spike right away. I kind of tried to figure out which way it was, but I didn't pay much attention to the angle. I didn't need to grab that bread, but just in case. And this was a nice pearl, just because I saw that it's like a really tall hallway. This was slow. I don't know why I was hesitating for so long in here. Yeah, and this terrain is really awkward, and it's like T100, I think, so I don't commit to the zero. Um, I start halbowing when I'm running towards the fountain, just so I overlap running towards it and shooting the crystals, and then I'm just gonna stack up and shoot the only highest crystals. This was pretty clean, except for this tower that I missed twice. In general, was a really nice clean halbow. I only have 3 towers left to shoot from the top, and I hit them all. Okay, and the reason I'm gonna break the second one, I look at the fountain and I see that there's a breath right here. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to one cycle right now, so I'm just gonna shoot all the crystals. Shooting all the crystals makes the dragon um, circle around these nodes, these 2 nodes. Like, it's gonna circle as if it's a east-west purge, but it's actually not a purge. So in general, it's better to leave 1 crystal up. But here I didn't care. Like, I wanted to slow down the push a little bit and then increase the chances after while that breath is there. And I'm just gonna be fooling around here. The 1 cycle is gonna be goofy because I'm gonna try to +1 and then I'm gonna fuck it up. I don't know how I fucked up this. Yeah, and I hotkey to my 6th slot because this is usually where my anchor is. And I realize I have no anchors. The reason I hotkey there is just because like when you try to +1, you're not gonna be able to pick block the bad. So when you fail that +1, I usually hotkey to the anchor slot right away so I can use an anchor. Just because +1 again. But yeah, I feel like the Bastion knowledge really carried this match because knowing how to start a route faster on the stables really helped. I could have played the fortress better, and my post no, my zero prep was really slow. That's the only 2 things I'm not happy about. Other than that, I feel like this was a really clean run.